Most organizations still bolt governance onto AI projects at the end as a painful checklist. In this module, you'll see how to wire compliance into your digital transformation and procurement workflows, so every new AI initiative is compliant by design, not by afterthought. Instead of treating AI governance as extra parts bolted on later, think of it as designing the engine itself. When rules, controls, and documentation are added retroactively, you get delays, firefighting, and expensive rework. When they're built into the architecture from day one, you gain speed, scale, reliability, and smoother EU AI Act compliance. As your organization adopts AI, you face two main streams. You can build internal development, custom models, tightly woven into your products and workflows. Or you can buy SaaS tools and vendor solutions. The control points differ in each stream, but under the EU AI Act, regulatory obligations clearly follow both. AI governance should run as a continuous thread through your delivery lifecycle, not as a final compliance hurdle. At ideation, you triage risks and define boundaries. During design and build, you embed privacy controls and document models. In testing, you audit for bias and robustness. In operations, you monitor drift and update controls. Early in the innovation funnel, the first leadership question is brutally simple. Should we even touch this idea? As soon as a concept involves AI, screen it for prohibited practices under the EU AI Act and kill those fast. Then assess whether it's likely to be high risk. Only ideas that pass those gates deserve business case time and budget. Design and build is where compliance becomes part of the product, not an afterthought. You embed privacy controls so the system never collects or keeps more data than it needs. You track data lineage so every input is traceable. You add explainability and model cards so decisions can be understood, challenged, and properly documented. Validation and handover form your final safety gate before an AI system goes live. Here, you prove the system behaves safely under stress, that bias stays within agreed limits, and that legal and risk teams have signed off. Just as important, operations receive clear playbooks, not surprises. So ownership after launch is crystal clear. When leaders think about AI risk, they usually focus on obvious AI vendors. Yet much of the exposure hides inside tools you already buy. HR platforms, CRM systems, ERP forecasting, resume scanners. Under the EU AI Act, you remain responsible for those embedded AI capabilities, even if they arrived through routine procurement. Vendor selection is about to change dramatically. Price, features, and speed still matter, but they're no longer enough. You'll increasingly ask vendors, where did you get your training data? Who owns it? Can we see documentation? What is the risk tier? Your RFPs effectively become mini audits of transparency, data rights, and EU AI Act alignment. Treat your vendor contract as a risk shield. You lock down data ownership so your partner can't quietly train on your data. You secure strong notification duties for model changes. You negotiate liability and indemnities for regulatory breaches. And you reserve audit rights so you can verify testing, controls, and documentation when it matters. For AI under the EU AI Act, vendor management has to operate as one integrated ecosystem. Procurement triggers reviews, VRM maintains the live inventory, legal and privacy decide what's acceptable, and IT or security validates technical risk. Connected by shared data and APIs, these functions create a single, auditable view of vendor AI risk. Post-market monitoring means your job doesn't end at deployment. Under the EU AI Act, high-risk systems must be continuously watched for performance, latency, and fairness issues. You need clear triggers and named owners for investigation, mitigation, documentation, and, if needed, rolling back changes. Effective AI governance runs as a loop, not a one-time project. Incidents, complaints, and real-world data generate risk signals. Those signals should trigger structured reviews, root cause analysis, and lessons learned. Then you update policies, standards, and vendor requirements and push new controls back into operations, so every incident systematically improves future decisions. A unified operating model means three things work together. First, clear roles. Business owners are accountable, risk and legal set the guardrails, and procurement acts as gatekeeper for vendors. Second, shared tools. One AI inventory, common risk templates, and model registries that everyone relies on. Third, culture. Strong support for innovation, paired with a constant question: is this responsible? To turn this into action, pick one product or program and do three things. First, train your key gatekeepers on EU AI Act basics. Second, update your SDLC so every project answers, is there AI here and what risk level? Third, revise RFPs to demand transparency and evidence of governance from your vendors.